This video is for entertainment purposes only. Nothing should be taken as factual. This is all my opinion and for your entertainment. Thank you and enjoy. Hey everybody, this is Sonia with Melanin Goddess Life. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another astrological reading. To be exact, welcome back to another celebrity reading. So today's reading, I actually put it out on my Instagram asking if there was any particular celebrity that you guys wanted me to do a reading on. And the votes are in. And the reading that I'm going to be doing this evening is on Miss Kim Kardashian-West. Am I supposed to say West? I'm not really sure. Kim Kardashian. Okay, so we're going to do a reading on Kim Kardashian. Now, when I first saw that you guys were interested in Kim Kardashian, I was like, what can I possibly say about her that we don't already know? Because her life is pretty much an open book. So, I was kind of a little bit worried about doing this reading because I did not know if I could tell you guys anything that you didn't know. However, I'm going to go with what you guys requested, and we're going to do this reading, and we're going to see if there's anything that I can come up with that's possibly not known or could come up for her later on down the road. And I'm kind of looking at some stuff that I have my own personal predictions on this and how this may go. So let's talk about it. All right, Kim Kardashian was born on October 21st, 1980, and she is one of the celebrities that I actually have a birth time. So her rising sign is going to be correct. So she was born at 10:46 a.m. in Los Angeles, California. She's 41 years old. She's a Libra sun, Pisces moon, Sagittarius rising. Okay, now just to kind of quickly dissect those signs, that Libra sun sign definitely speaks to Kim's desire to be in a relationship, because we know Miss Kardashian really hasn't, since she came on the scene, hasn't really had a period where she's been by herself. So Libra is ruled by the seventh house. The seventh house is all about one-on-one relationships. And a lot of times with Libra women, they are very identified sometimes by their partners. So these are women that like to be in relationships. They do well in relationships when they get the right relationship. So it makes sense to me why she's been in so many relationships. She's a Pisces moon. Pisces moon women. This is an energy that could possibly, and we are seeing this playing out in her relationships. First and foremost, this is an energy that she can draw into her people that have mental health issues. She can draw people to her that have substance abuse issues, drugs and alcohol. She can draw people to her that need to be saved. They are always in a state of need, and she's always rescuing them. She can also draw into her, and this is something that I've pretty much seen she's done before. She can idealize her partner. So basically what that means is Kim sometimes sees her partners the way she wants them to be as opposed to who they truly are. And once she figures out that they don't live up to the expectation or the idea that she has for them, she's very much let down by that. So this plays out a lot in her relationships. This also draws to her partners that are very artistic, which definitely puts a stamp on, a lot of things with her relationship with Kanye. So I think Kim somewhat went into this relationship, and what this Pisces moon energy could also do is Kim will become whatever partner she needs to become based on the relationship she's in with this Pisces moon. So we did watch as when she got with Kanye, how she transformed into basically his muse. He dressed her, he changed her style. He, pushed her forward into the limelight. Because, when they got together, Kim had minimal coverage. I mean, she was, I guess, out there in her own right, but Kanye actually is the person that pushed her forward. So she was molded by him and things of that nature. So yeah, this Pisces moon plays out a lot in her relationships. She's also a Sagittarius rising. Now, Sagittarians are the bachelor and the bachelorettes of the zodiac. So this is a direct contrast from that Libra sun that she has that's so identified with relationships. But, you know, I think this Sagittarius rising kind of fits her in the sense of Kim is global, you know, and Sagittarius is, you know, about foreigners and the culture and the belief systems and higher education. You know, she went out, started going to school to be an attorney, so she does embody Sagittarian vibes to me also. So I did Kim's predictions with regards to her love life, and interesting enough, her love life, other than stating the obvious, relationships are going to be a big part of her life for the next couple of years. So the formula that I use is a personal formula that I come up with, that I calculate at which time we should see a shift in someone's relationship dynamic, and that depends on where they are in their relationships. So this would be like, I base it on 4 scenarios. The first being if the person is single, this would be the energy of meeting someone and this turning into a long-term commitment. The second scenario would be if someone was in a relationship and the relationship was going well and it's healthy and you guys want to move it forward. This would look like putting permanence on the relationship, because this could definitely look like moving in together, getting engaged, getting married, or deciding to date exclusively in a monogamous relationship with each other. This is also the energy. Scenario number 3 could be if you're in a relationship and the relationship is not going well. This would be energy around a breakup. Okay. And the final one is if it's none of the 3, or it could be a combination of any of those. Anything could happen in the span of a year. But the final scenario would be, this would be a time that you would, a person would be thinking about seriously about relationships, what they want in a relationship, what they want in a partner, and how they show up in a relationship, and working on what things that they need to work on to be a healthy partner in a healthy relationship. The age at which I came up with for Kimberly to see some type of shift or transition in her love life is actually the age of 43. Okay, so she's currently 41 years old. However, I'm actually going to throw in another age for her, because as we get further in the reading, I'll explain why I'm going to throw in the age of 42 for her. So Kim Kardashian should see some shift or change in her relationship dynamics closer to her birthday, the age of 42, and then into 43. So this is why I'm saying she has a solid 2 years of relationship energy. So it could go in any direction for her, and it may very well do that. So first things first, we're going to talk about the theme of her year. Now, this began back her last birthday, October 2021 to October 2022. So the better span of 2022. The theme of her year is going to be geared around things that have to do with the 6th house. And in the astrology, the 6th house represents the house of health and fitness, mental and physical, our work environment. So this is the people we work with, around, and for. Our day-to-day personal routines, pets, how we're of service to others. And this is also the house where we have arguments. This is the conflict house. So this looks like, for me, definitely an attention around her physical and mental health. And obviously we see what's going on with her and Kanye and the strain and stress that they're having with regards to this divorce and everything that's going on with them. So I do believe that she is definitely under a lot of mental stress, which is probably manifesting into some physical issues for her. So this is definitely a time that she needs to be paying attention to that, taking care of herself, detaching from as much as possible with the stress of this divorce playing out in the public eye, and how Kanye is handling this divorce. So I'm definitely feeling like she is having a lot of issues with her mental health, which is probably manifesting into some physical issues for her. This is also the area, again, of our day-to-day work routine. So this could see Kim's work routine, work life, um, being in a lot of transition, a lot of changes she's going through with whom she's working with and the amount of work that she's doing, working with different people. I'm wondering if she's trying to figure out how to slow down her work routine and not be as busy and not do as much, but, cutting away the fat, as they say, and streamlining her work routine so it works more efficiently, but she doesn't always have to be busy all the time. So this could come up with a total change in her work routine and how she does her work routine. Definitely energy around changes in the dynamics of her work environment, her personal routines changing, which is obvious with everything that's going on with her. This would be a great time for her to get a pet of some sort. So I would not be surprised if she decides to incorporate a new pet into her life, which is very therapeutic. But she should really, really take out time to make sure that her mental health is straight, taking care of herself in that aspect, slowing down her day-to-day routine, and not, putting so much pressure on her and just taking it easy. This is also the area that governs service to others. I would not be surprised if she's been doing a lot of volunteer work or intends on doing a lot of volunteer work behind the scenes, which, and I have to say it, she really doesn't do anything behind the scenes. So I would be, I would be surprised if she was doing volunteer work behind the scenes, but I can see her possibly dealing with charities of some sort, helping people that are less fortunate. And I will say this, and all jokes aside, she does have an energy of being very compassionate to others and taking up the cause. That's very Libra-like. So I can definitely see her. She's probably worked with a lot of charity organizations and things of that nature that she's invested her time and money into, because that's just something that's just a part of her. So she's probably doing a lot of that. So that's the theme of her 2022 is to pay attention to her mental and physical health, streamline her day-to-day work routine, her personal routine, possibly get a pet, and a lot of charitable work. So now we're going to move on to some more transits that I see coming up for her. The first one we're going to talk about is this transition she has going on with the planet Jupiter, the planet of expansion, abundance, growth, opportunity, optimism, wisdom, and healing, is going to be leaving her third house of communication, where it set up residence there for about a year to a year and a half. And it's moving over into her fourth house. And the fourth house, it's going to stay there a year and a half. It'll be moving there approximately next month in April, I think maybe late April 2022. And it's going to stay there for about a year and some change. The fourth house is all about home, family, property, our emotional stability. So basically, this is about the buying and selling of property, our home space, our physical home, our family, the family that we come from, and the family that we make for ourselves. This is also the house of our emotional stability, because this is the foundation of our emotional life and our emotional makeup, because this is the area that governs our upbringing with our family. So when Jupiter goes into a house, it's there to expand it. It's there to bring a blessing. It's there to bring opportunities. It's there to bring growth, and it's there to bring wisdom and healing. So this is going to be excellent energy for Kim to use to heal her family. So again, this could be the family that she was born into, and also the family that she has for herself now, because we have to still consider Kanye as a part of her family. So this is going to be an excellent supportive energy for Kim healing her family in some way. So that could look like if there's some family dynamics in either of her family that need to be healed, need to be addressed, need to be put in a proper perspective and fixed. I could see her doing that over this period, next month until approximately April 2023. This is great energy for her to heal the family with regards to Kanye also. Now, when you have Jupiter there, this could be an expansion to the family. I don't know if she's thinking about adopting another child. This could also look like her moving to a bigger space. Maybe she's buying and selling property at this time. And I know they're dividing up property, but maybe on her end, she's deciding to buy or sell some of the property that she has. Maybe she's talking about doing she'll start talking about doing renovations to her current home, or maybe she's thinking about buying a bigger home of some sort, because again, Jupiter is about expansion. So this could actually be her acquiring a new home or an addition to her family. I don't know if she's thinking about having more children. I'm not really sure. And this could actually just simply be someone moving in or out of her home, most of the time in, with Jupiter there. This also is Jupiter in the fourth house brings a level of spirituality to the family. So this could be her reconnecting with her faith. I'm not really sure what her faith is, or reconnecting with her spirituality, or really leaning hard into her spirituality with regards to her family and things of that nature. Now, I'm just going to go out on a limb and go ahead and say this. This could possibly be a reconciliation with Kanye. Now, I know that it is looking really, really bad for them. Like, she is totally, totally over it. But I do believe Kim takes her marriage very seriously and takes her vows very seriously. I would not be surprised if they don't try to reconcile over this year at some point. This relationship that she's in with Pete, I really don't think it's going anywhere, honestly. Astrologically, I don't think it's going anywhere. And to be on honesty, Pete is actually the rebound guy. So we know it never works with the rebound guy. So, and I don't think she's really taking it seriously. I don't know if he's taking it seriously. I think she's just needing a distraction at this time. And I don't want to reduce anyone to a distraction, but that's basically what this relationship is. I am going to go out on a limb and say that there is strong potential for a reconciliation with him and her and Kanye. Now, even if it's not a reconciliation, I do believe that the two of them are going to come to some respectful agreement about the moving forward of their relationship. I think they're going to get in a better space and be able to work this out. But I do believe that they may make an attempt to reconcile in some way and get back together. That's my prediction with that, especially with this Jupiter going into her fourth house of family and everything that comes along with Jupiter. There is a high probability that they're going to try it again and potentially reconcile. Okay, that's my thoughts on that. She does have Saturn in the third house of communication. Saturn is the planet of maturity, delay, restrictions, rules, authority figures, things of that nature. When Saturn comes into a house, it's coming in there to make it more efficient and more of value. So it comes in and it looks at this area of your life and says, where can we make this more effective? Where can we get rid of things that don't make sense, that are not productive? And it wants to clean that area up. So Saturn is in her third house. Well, it'll be there in a few weeks, and it's going to stay there 2.5 years. The third house is the house of communication. So this is how we speak, how we communicate, how we get our message out, how we get our voice out, how we teach, how we learn. This is the house of her siblings. This is the house of her cousins and extended family, short distance travel and learning opportunities and media opportunities. So with Saturn there being there for the next 2.5 years, number one, the dynamics around her sibling relationships, she may go through a period where her and her siblings aren't getting along. There may be, Saturn does come sometimes to disrupt it. It comes to disrupt it to see where there's cracks in the foundation of this particular area of your life. So this could come through and bring in a disruption with her siblings, a disruption with her extended family or her cousins of some sort. So maybe some disruption that comes along and trying to address any issues that she may have with her siblings or her cousins or extended family in order for them to redirect the foundation of their relationship. So that could be a possibility. Another thing that could possibly, this Saturn could be doing is bringing more serious opportunities for her by way of media. And when I say media, this could look like Kim getting a podcast. Kim could possibly be getting a talk show of some sort. She could be doing more television, so she may be doing some acting, but on a smaller scale, not like movies, but like maybe um, made for television type shows. Maybe she's making a lot of guest appearances on things. Maybe she's going to be on some kind of a film that goes to Netflix or something like that. But media type opportunities could be coming along for her. I could definitely see her in the way of podcasting. This could also bring in some opportunities for her to teach. Okay. Learning opportunities. So she's probably going to be educating herself a lot more over the next 2.5 years. But she definitely has the opportunity to grow her brand by way of media and reinventing herself with regards to this area of her life and doing things differently. So yes, we could definitely see more of Miss Kim Kardashian by way of social media, television, radio, podcasting, things of that nature. A lot of short distance travel for her, but and also this is the area that governs your neighbors and your neighborhood. So something changing about her neighborhood. So this is again gives me the idea that there's going to be a move of some sort, or maybe some major renovations in her current home, or something about the dynamics of her neighborhood, or issues, or energy around her neighbors. I don't know if she's going to have conflicts with her neighbors or something like that, but that could possibly come up over the next couple of years. The next thing is she also has Neptune in this third house. Neptune is the planet of our imagination, dreams, intuition, acting, fantasy, but it's also the planet of sometimes of confusion and delusion and idealizing certain things. So this is, I feel like this plays out in Kim's life right now in this third house of communication is not being able to communicate effectively, or not being understood, or her trying to get out what she's trying to say, but it's not coming across the way she wants it to come across. So sometimes she has to just really this Saturn is going to help her with regards to that energy, be more decisive, and her message being more clear, and her being able to communicate more effectively. Now, I don't know if that has to do with her personal life or her business life or whatever that is, but Saturn's coming in here to help her with her communication style. I would believe that. Now, she has Uranus again in the fifth house. We talked about this. Fifth house is the house of joy. It is the house of our children, procreation, our self-expression, our creative side. It's also the house of dating. So the seventh house is relationships, but the fifth house is dating, romance, and love affairs. Uranus is the planet of unpredictable changes, unexpected changes, transformation, reform, breaking things down and doing it differently. And this energy is a very unpredictable, temporary energy. So it's been in her house, fifth house, for quite some time, because Uranus actually takes about 7 years to go through a house, and Kim has about maybe 3 to 4 more years of this. And this is why I don't think that this relationship with Pete Davidson is a real deal. Even if she attempted to make this into something, starting this relationship with Uranus energy on top of it is going to make it very unpredictable and probably not last. It's going to be an energy of any kind of relationships or dating that she starts right now, or just moving forward, is going to start real quickly and end just as quickly for no apparent reason. So I'm not really putting my money on Pete Davidson being around for a long time. I'm not putting my money on anybody being around for a long time. And again, this Uranus energy could work to the advantage or to the effect of her and Kanye getting back together really, really quickly. And just things happening just out of the norm with this relationship. So I would not have her, I hope she doesn't think that she's like really just found the one again. I don't think so. We're going to see how that plays out. This could definitely put an energy around an unexpected pregnancy, though I don't think it would be in the traditional way. She may be thinking about using a surrogate again. and deciding to add another child. Now, this could also, with this Uranus energy, have her children, because it's the house of children, acting out, kind of acting out. And that's a given. When you have people going through the divorce, I think the children really are the ones that pay the price for it. So this energy, this Uranus energy could definitely have her children rebelling, acting out, just not acting themselves, going through a lot of transition. So if I were her, I would definitely get my kids in some kind of counseling during this time. That would be my advice to her, to get her children into some kind of counseling, because, you know, she's got 4 kids, and I'm sure they all are feeling this differently. She may have children that are outwardly expressing their frustration, and then she may have a child that's, you know, internally processing this and she doesn't realize it. So I would definitely say she would need to get some kind of counseling for her kids. And again, she may be thinking about adding another baby by way of a surrogate of some sort. But what this energy is good for, just a lot of changes with regards to what's bringing her joy. I think she's going to start to figure out things that she thought brought her joy before no longer fit. And she's looking outside of the box, outside of herself, for something that really resonates and brings her joy. So finding her joy is very important at this time, which it should be. And around May 2022, she will have the nodes transitioning. So she'll have the North Node going through her 5th house and the South Node going through her 11th house. Again, this is why I think a lot of talk will be around adding an addition to her family, changes within her children. She really needs to pay attention to her kids and what is going on with them mentally and emotionally. So dealing with those types of things, transforming herself, finding her joy again is going to just be a big deal for the next year and a half, specifically for the next year and a half. She has the South Node, will be going through her 11th house of her friends, her social networking groups, technology, and long-term goals, dreams, and wishes. So this is going to look like a change in her long-term goals. This could be a shakeup in her friend groups. So this could look like friendships ending and her drawing into her different people that more align with who she's transforming into over the next year and a half, I would say, for her. She's got a lot of stuff going on. She's got a Pluto square, a Uranus and opposition, a Neptune square. Anytime you see squares in astrology, that is pressure to change. That's an area of your life that the universe is saying, hey, we need to change this. And I'm going to keep applying this pressure to you until you change it. So either we're going to do this the way of you proactively changing because you see where we need to change. Or if you continue to ignore this, the universe is going to create a circumstance in which you have no choice but to address it. And her area of her life that is this pressure is being applied to has everything to do with how she earns her money and her career. And if we're looking at the 10th house, which is career, this is also title changes. So this is again has a lot to do with her title as Kim Kardashian, the wife, with the possibility of Kim Kardashian being the divorcee. The title is changing. Her career life is changing. What she's known for is changing. She's transforming into something else. This could definitely look like Kim Kardashian, the influencer, turning into Kim Kardashian, the lawyer. So a lot of pressure with regards to that. And how she earns her money is transforming at this time, because this Pluto is down here in her 2nd house of earned income, and it's also the house of her value system. So she's definitely working out some transformative energy with regards to her value system and what she places value on, realizing that money is not the value. You as the person are the value. I'm pretty much sure she's going through a lot of transition with that. She has a Uranus opposition, which is about to line up really, really perfectly. And this is all about her mental and physical health. This is all about, her healing, her traumas, and her addressing things with regards to, I think, you know, her relationships and how she's been doing relationships her entire life, and her mental health and her physical health, addressing a lot of those things. She also has a Neptune square, which is squaring up. Where is her Neptune? Yeah, it's squaring up in her first house and her third house of communication. So this is basically Kimberly finding her voice. Kim in her natal chart has Neptune in the first house. And a lot of times when you have Neptune in the first house, first of all, this is a common placement for people that are influencers, people that are seen in the public eye, and the public sees you a certain way. They have this illusion of who you are, and that's not really who she is. So Kim has been placed for a very, very long time in a box of the way the public sees her. They have this perception or this idea of who she is, and she's painted this illusion of who she is. This is squaring up with her third house of communication, all about getting her voice out. So I'm really, really in the belief that she is about to transform, and you're finally going to see the real Kim Kardashian, not the Kim Kardashian we have created, not the illusion that she's created, not the illusion that society has created, because that's not who she is. But a lot of people that are social media influencers, a lot of entertainers have this placement. I think Rihanna has this placement, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe Beyonce, but I'm definitely thinking Rihanna has this placement. Another person that I think has this placement is Lori Harvey. They're very mysterious. You really don't know what is going on underneath the surface, only of what you perceive this person to be. She's struggling with that. She wants to be who she really, really is. Now, to wrap this video up, we're just going to basically talk about Kim's relationship style. We're going to call it that. Now, Kim is a Sagittarius rising, which means the ruler of her seventh house of one-on-one relationships, where this house also includes marriage, is ruled by Gemini. Straight out the gate, anytime I see a double sign, I would say that this really just speaks to her having multiple marriages. So this was in her pathology to have more than one marriage in her life. Okay. So the ruler of her seventh house is Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury. So I'm going to find out where her Mercury sits. 11th house. So this would look like her meeting her partners through social circles or volunteering. Okay. So she meeting people through these circles and the friend groups that she frequents. This is definitely someone, her relationships being with people that are from a different background. But they have similar ideas and similar views. Even though they come from a different background, there's commonalities in their ideals and their belief systems and their views. It's very important that she get with someone that is very like-minded with her and that has similar goals with her. She needs a very intellectual connection. So I could see how her and Kanye connected on an intellectual level. So that's a big part of their connection. And being friends is important. And I know we all say that, oh, I want to marry my friend and da 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 da. Yeah, that's good to say. But this is very important for her to have a successful relationship. She really needs to develop a friendship. There needs to be a friendship. And I do believe that her and Kanye, because I remember her saying in some interviews that they were friends first. So this is why I'm thinking that they actually could possibly try to reconcile, because they missed the friendship with each other. Okay. Now, ruler of your 7th house and your 11th house. This is someone that their partner, and I said this earlier, their partner can project them forward in social settings. They can increase or bring value to their status, elevate her status. Kanye did that for her. He definitely elevated her status, achieving a lot of goals. He's made a lot of things possible for Kim. We cannot take that from him. He's made a lot of things possible for her, and they would do really, really well in business together. Definitely well in business together. Now, the only thing with this relationship is it needs a lot of independence and it needs a lot of freedom within the relationship for both partners for it to work. And just at the end of the day, the dynamics of their relationship is it's different. It's very unconventional. So it's not going to look like a traditional marriage. And it shouldn't look like a traditional marriage. It should look just like you want it to look, that what works for you and the other person. So do I think that her and Kanye had a good were good together? Yeah, I do. I do believe that there's definitely, they have the foundations in place that made for a good relationship with them. I'm not gonna say that this was the worst match for her, because I actually think it was a pretty good match. I think obviously things that we don't know behind the scenes, we don't know everything that went on with them, but I can say that, you know, how he handles things, how he handles his mental health definitely weighed heavily on this relationship. But I do believe that this was a relationship that was actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I would, I know some people probably thought I was gonna get on here and bash it, but I can't. I do believe that they started off with the best intentions, as we always do, and they actually have a lot in common. Funny enough, they have a lot in common. So, my predictions for Kimberly. Moving forward, she needs to find a way to protect her mental health. She needs to take some of the chaos out of her work environment and her everyday routine. She needs to learn how to relax and just, find peace in her day-to-day routine. I do believe she needs to pay close attention to her children and possibly getting them into some type of counseling along with herself. I could possibly see a surprise addition to her family. I do believe she's thinking about adding another child to her family. And I know that sounds crazy in the midst of all this going on, but I could see it. Definitely changes in her family, a possible move, renovation to her home of some sort, and a lot of movement with regards to her communication, media, podcasting, radio, something to that effect is going to be happening for her. And at the end of the day, I do believe there is going to be a reconciliation with her and Kanye. That's my prediction for Kim Kardashian. Again, as always, this reading is for entertainment purposes only. Nothing that I'm saying here is factual. It is all my interpretation based on the astrology of this person and my intuition. So please do not take anything I say as factual. And we'll see how it plays out for her. I wish her the best in any direction that she's going. She just needs to protect her energy is all I can say. So if you'd like a personal reading with me, please visit my website at www.melaningoddesslife.biz. If you're interested in any of my metaphysical products, please visit my website. And I'm also on Etsy at Melanin Goddess Life. Please follow me on all the social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter. I'm not really on Twitter like that. And I'm on Instagram a lot. Follow me on Instagram at Melanin Goddess Life. Thank you so much for your time. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.